Matter. We are live. We are live. It's alive. It's alive. It's been a long night. Getting my YouTube up here. Just 1 second. Use everybody your scraps. Okay, make sure yep, we are muted. Awesome. We are live. Whoop, whoop. Hey, welcome to 2023. Where HPP is the place to be.
Oh my God. How long did you have to think of that?
I know, how bad is that? Oh, Margie or somebody said it the other night. So that was easy. They're like, oh, nice. You just gave me my bad pun for Monday. Oh, no, 2023. HPP is the place to be because we have more fun. We have the best people of any group around. So let's say hi and see who's here. Angela, first one in. Woohoo! Get this party started. Yes, that's right. Let's get going. Good to see you, Angela, and Happy New Year. Hey, Christy, Happy New Year to you. Toby, good morning. Happy New Year. Hi, Linda. Linda's had the longest New Year of all of you so far. Happy New Year, Linda, and Happy New Year, little Charlie. Let's see here. Happy New Year, Glynis. Good to see you. Let's scroll down. There's Lori. Lori's on Facebook, so you guys can't see her comments. Happy New Year, Lori. It's sure good to see you as well. Hi, April. Happy New Year. Good to see you. Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly. Another day off. Whoop! I know. Yeah. It's great to have the day off, and Doug's got the day off. But then I called a couple places, and they were all closed. And I'm like, darn it. So, it's not good when you want to do business with them, but it's good when you're the one having to do business. So could use that extra day of rest, right? Yeah, kind of nice. I did take yesterday off and had a little bit of a day of rest with my family. I'm just tired, just run down. So I did not get the rest of the invoices out yesterday. So I'll work on those this afternoon after our live. But we're so excited. We're so excited to have you here. Let's see. Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you as well. Hey, y'all. I love to see all the different greetings from around the country. You know, you can kind of sort of tell where people are from sometimes, depending on how they say hello. Hey, y'all. Oh, more scraps. I got scraps coming out of my ears. Okay, he's got a chest full of scraps there. Okay, did you all gather up some scraps and bring them with you? I want to know who's going to scrap bust with us today. Okay, so just in case you missed it, the other night on our New Year's Eve party, we did talk about this, and I'm very excited. Very excited because it's going to help me. And so, therefore, I'm assuming it's going to help everybody because you guys got to have as many scraps as I do.
Lori from Giggle Girl Arts, is that?
Hi, Lori.
Hello.
From Indianapolis. Nice.
Yeah.
Indianapolis was the first place that I really totally experienced extreme humidity. I got off the plane and, my clothes, my hair just all sucked right into me. Good to have you here, Lori. So ready to busy these scraps out. Oh, yes. Bins and bins. Nice. Angela, we've got some good projects for scraps this year. Glynis is ready. She's going to work with us today. Lori has tons of scraps. Everybody's ready. Everybody has scraps. I do need some downtime. I can't wait for retreat. And it's 3.5 months away. And I can't wait for retreat. That is an energizing time for sure. Okay. Yes. So today is the first day of our 2023 year of using scraps, and that includes paper, fabric, lace, ribbon, scraps of anything, essentially anything you have scraps of we want to use, and forgotten supplies. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll be organizing or I'll be looking for something and I'll go, oh, I forgot I had these. I haven't used those in 5 years. There's a lot of stuff sitting around, that just doesn't get used, or that you got and you used it when you first got it, or it looked really cool. You saw somebody use it, tried it out, and then it just kind of sits there and gets forgotten. That light really needs to go up a little higher. Let's see if I can get that there. It's not giving me light where I need it. So there we go. That might be better right there. Okay, so we are going to use up scraps and we are going to use forgotten supplies. I'm going to get them out and use them, not just sit around and take up space. So
include the fabric.
Yes, definitely including fabric. I know Christy has a whole box of fabric scraps. We've talked about them. And I said, hang on to them because we're going to do some fabric scrap stuff. There's a lot of things you can do with fabric scraps. I will real quickly remind you, and if you weren't there Saturday night, maybe you don't know yet, but the prompt challenge for January is up and active. Hashtag HPPJAN prompts. All you have to do to get into the challenge is make something, anything you want, using black, snowman, music page, Brad, and a bonus chance in the drawing if you use metallic. What we will do, just like Saturday at the end of January, we will pull from the Facebook group. So you have to post it in the Facebook group and you have to use this hashtag. We'll pull from the Facebook group all these hashtags. Somebody will be drawn and they will get $10 to spend either at a live sale or on the website, their choice, either one. Toby won Saturday night. Nona won for November. So Nona just got $10 off of her order from last week's sales. Toby has $10 to spend on the website or upcoming sales. She can hold that till we have another sale. That's fine. I did mine last night in the middle of the night. I took a picture this morning, but haven't had a chance to post it. It's actually a belly band too. The music paper. And his body parts move.
Oh, now you're just showing off.
My snowman body parts move. The head doesn't because I glued the hat down, but these are it's not washi, it's fabric tape. And I laid the fabric tapes down and then cut out the circles.
She's such an overachiever, lady.
Oh, no, I have that fabric tape and I'm like, I love it. It's black and white. I've been wanting to use it. I haven't done anything with it. I'm going to love it.
It looks cute. I love it. And then you made a move. I mean, come on. What's freaking adorable. Yeah.
I made a move. Yeah. Adorable. I was going to give him an orange nose. I thought I was doing it like a side profile. And then I put this on and I realized that looks like eyes right there. Do the Brads count for metallic?
They can if they're metallic.
Because they're silver. I could put a little lunar paste, but they are.
When you post it, if you put in there in your comments that you use metallic, it makes it easier for us to notice you made it.
So yeah, because sometimes pictures don't show as well as they should. So I took the picture. I just haven't had a chance to post it. So I'll get that in. I like getting it done early because then if I want to, I can do more during the month just for fun. I love this challenge though, because I grabbed a scrap of black fabric for this. This was sitting in my scrap bin and I just cut that hat out of, I knew where it was in my scrap bin, cut that hat out. And then this was a tag base that we had made and I just had torn 2 pieces of black and white paper and overlapped them. So it was a base ready to go. And this was actually something else that I know Candy does this. We haven't talked about it.
Where's your music paper?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
And you know how we collage the magazines? I just went and cut off the strip.
Marianne?
So it's perfect, ready to go. Hi, Penny. Hi, Julie. So, yep, there's music paper there. And I took the picture close up so that you could see it. So some of the
overachiever. I did, Angela. She is an overachiever.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? Have almost everything on that tag was ready to go because of stuff that we have done or that I do and we're going to do with scraps. So all of that was made from scraps except the fabric tape, which came off of a roll. So those are part of the things that we're gonna do. We can't do them all in one day, but gonna show you what we do with those scraps so that you have them ready to go like that, so that you can just whip it together. Super easy. Just a wink. Yeah, I could put a little metallic on his hat. That might be cute. A little lunar paste right up on his hat. Little the top red or a little strip or something. Anyway, yeah, get that in.
Mine don't look as good as hers, though, ladies. I just threw mine together.
Yours was super cute. That's why I thought, oh my goodness.
Here and just yakking away.
Candy was the first. She had hers done before Saturday Night Live. Our New Year's Eve party was over. It was after midnight, so it was in January.
It was after we had the prompts. You gave us the prompt.
Yep, and that was midnight. But let me just say this, guys. Until everybody figures out what we're doing and that we are actually giving away $10 every month, you really have a good chance of winning that. There was only 9 people in that drawing for December. 9 people. You had a 1 in 9 chance of winning $10. So don't pass it by. It's a chance for you to get something made, anything made that you want to make that is ready to use. You're going to make stuff anyway. So if you use the prompts and make something, give yourself a chance to get that $10. And then real quickly, just don't forget any of the videos on Happy Paper People YouTube channel. Comment on them. In your comment, leave hashtag 1,000 subs. As soon as we hit 1,000 subs, we are going to draw from that hashtag and give away a prize that is a box that is stuffed full of more than $450 worth of craft supplies. So leaving that. Back to 2023.
Yeah. And Toby won. I won.
Yes, she did. She won. I know it's exciting, isn't it, Toby?
Somebody wants to say Happy New Year. Come here.
Oh.
Poppy wasn't watching you like he should. Come here.
He made his way into the craft room because Poppy wasn't watching him. I made it full screen on you if he happens to get up on your lap.
Can you tell him hi? Can you wave to him?
Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie.
I'm trying to see your hand. Huh?
Can you see my hand now?
Not yet. You need to put you on the big screen.
I need to do this. Here, let me do this. Let me do this. Here.
She's
Hi, Charlie.
There he goes.
Hi, Charlie.
He's talking to you.
There. Oh, I see him. Hi, Charlie. Aw. Hey, hi.
You want to do that? Here, you want to sit up
here? Hi.
You want to say hi to him? You want to say hi to him? You got your pliers?
Let's see Charlie's face.
See Charlie's face?
See Charlie. There he is. Hi, Charlie.
Look up. Look up. Look up.
Hi, Charlie. Oh, my goodness. Look at that happy face. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. What a happy little face. He's a precious one.
Is.
He's a precious one.
All right. You better go get Poppy, okay?
He's a sweetheart. Okay, go terrorize Poppy for a while.
I'll be right back, ladies.
Go terrorize Poppy for a while. Okay, so while she takes Charlie out to Poppy, let's... Yeah, Candy did her night and some snowy photos. Oh, yeah, Julie, those are that's in our backyard. Okay, let's do a very quick discussion about organizing scraps. Here's the thing. You don't want to organize scraps for storage. If you organize scraps for storage, you're going to store them away, never use them. They're taking up space. They're not getting used, so they're not doing you any good. You just as well throw them away. You need to organize scraps for use. If you organize scraps for use, somebody messaged Sylvia. Why isn't she here? If you organize scraps for use and they are easy to grab and use, then you can and you will. And then you won't have so many. So there are a lot of different ways to organize scraps. So I'm going to share with you 4 ways to organize scraps right now, real quickly. If you use one of these, when we talk about it, just put in chat, I use blah, 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 whatever it is. Just plain, I use blah, blah, blah. If you don't comment yet and tell what you use and how you do it, that yours is different. Only comment if you use this organizational system for your scraps. Okay. Preach at me, girl. Yeah, I have them to use and waiting to use, and then bins and garage to refill those. Oh my gosh, Angela, we got to get you going, and you need to come to retreat and bring a huge bin of scraps, and we'll scrap bust. Okay, so the first one is baggies. I'm going to go full screen here. You could use gallon baggies, or when I do use baggies, I like these. They're 2.5 gallon, so they're larger. And I can get a box of 2.5 gallon at Big Lots. I get them at Walmart. Those are the two places I've seen them at most frequently. I'm Angela, and I'm a scrap hoarder. Welcome to the club, Angela. And that's what this year is about.
And the other thing I found is when I was sorting them, I came across ones. I'm like, I'm never going to use that. I threw that away.
Yeah.
I used it as an excuse to throw some of it away and pare it down just a little bit.
Well, you know, when you have them, you think, oh, I should just keep everything in with the scraps. But when you're going through them and sorting them, and you look at it and you're like, I know how I work now, and I'm not going to use that. Yeah, get rid of it. It feels good. It actually does.
I didn't get rid of a lot. Don't get me wrong.
But even a handful.
It was probably a little. Well, I used little bins to sort them. It was a bin.
Yeah. So got one little bin full. So these are 2.5 gallon baggies. And if I use those, I like the 2.5 gallon baggies. The 1 gallon baggies, sometimes the pieces are bigger than that, or by the time I fill them up, I can't close them. And if I can't close them and then they tip over, then I have scraps all over the floor. And then I'm irritated. So don't like that. So 1 gallon baggies, 2.5 gallon baggies. I'm going to flip over to Candy, and she's going to show you another. I wouldn't consider it a baggie, but it's a similar style. These are the pouches.
Yes, because I didn't like the baggies because I didn't have anything tall enough to keep them in, to keep them from flopping over. And I hated that. Hated it. So these, I have a little box, a little paper box I get from Red River Paper. It has, and they're very sturdy, and these fit perfectly inside of it. And then they stand up, and I have them sorted. I have them sorted by color. And then inside the folder, inside the pouch, I have a little folder so I can write on what's in here. And then inside there is where I put the cardstock.
So we'll talk about, I know you're going to ask, how did you sort them? So what's in what? We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But her idea of putting the folder in is fantastic. It's a great idea. And we'll elaborate on that in a second too. So those are the pouches that you're getting in the Happy Paper boxes each month, different sizes. That's the large size. And so, well, let's stop and talk about this for a second. When you decide to organize your scraps so that you can use them up, you need to think about, and it's often we sort them, we organize them, we start using them, and then we realize that that's not how we use them. We thought it was how we use them. But you need to know or figure out, or just do it and trial and error, whether you use scraps. Do you go to grab your paper by size or by color? And really, there's a lot of other ways you can separate it, but you really just need to know if you're going to use up some scraps, are you going to go grab them by size or by color? Because some ways to organize them work better by color, and some work better by size. So hang on, I'm going to flip back here to Candy. So that pouch that Candy has right there, and those pouches are great because they have colored tops. So she could even color coordinate there. That's the blue one.
I did on some, but otherwise I didn't worry about it.
Sometimes you didn't have the right color. So she sorted those mostly by color, and it's got all sizes.
Yes, except for the strips. Except for the 2-inch strips are smaller. Those go in a different box. Okay. So she knows, and I'm that way too. I know that I use strips for certain things, and I hate taking time to dig through all the scraps to find a strip. So my strips are always organized separately from all the other scraps. So in her pouch, she's got everything that is blue. She's done this system by color. So she's got red and pink together. She's got blue, orange, and you have the orange and yellow. I got blue, teals, and aquas all together. Then I have I have the orange, yellows, and peaches together because those are 3 colors I don't have a lot of.
Okay.
So I put them together, which made it, and I have red and pink. I have a lot of red and pink, so I just did red and pink. I have a lot of purple, but only a little bit of green, so I did purple and green in one category. I know it's kind of weird, but they just fit in this house.
And if you need to, you could do purple, and you could do green, and if you need to, you could do red, and you could do pink, orange.
And I had exactly plain one, which I didn't care what color it was. It would just needed to be muted.
Solid.
So where I use it, no, not even solid.
No,
just they're what I would use for backgrounds on tags.
Oh, okay, okay.
So if they're multicolored, as long as they were really faded, or like the paper that me and Eric make that's multicolored, with the markers. I use that for backings. Okay, you can write on that. Something you can write on.
Yes,
I would put that. That's in a separate
so
bag. And then I had my neutrals in one.
Okay, yeah, because you just want to grab. I do that too. If you want to just grab a white, or a black and a white, or a craft, or a off-white.
Yeah, I have my black, white, and gray in a separate one. They were together.
Okay, so she has these standing up in a box, and she can just reach down and see through them enough to say, there's the blue pouch. I just grabbed the blue pouch, and I can go through that to find a blue scrap that's the right size or the right color. Now, let me stop right here, because somebody's going to say, but what about the papers that are multicolored? Where do you put them? You look at the multicolored piece of paper. I'm going to pull out a couple right here. You look at this, and when you, I guess I need to do this. Huh? If you pick this up and look at it, what's the first color you see? And the easiest thing to do is just set it down, turn away from it, turn back to it, and look at it. What's the first color you see? There's a lot of different colors in here, but the first thing I see is red, because the red is darker, it is prominent. And if I put this in green and I'm doing something green, that red is going to stand out like a sore thumb, because I see the red. Same thing with this. It's a black background, but the red jumps out at me.
Yeah,
red and silver.
Depends on what how you think you would use it. Sometimes on top of it.
Yeah,
I use it more in green or more in
And if you have it in here and then you look at it for a year as you're going through using other stuff, and you find that you don't ever use it, you might want to take it out and put it into a different color organization system to see if you might use it there. And if you don't, throw it away. Hi, Grandelia. So Candy, so when you look at multicolored, where do you put it? The red is the strongest color.
Whatever I see is the predominant color in it. That's
when I first glance at it, the first color that jumps out at me, that's where you put it. This is not rocket science, and this is not the end all, and it is not tragic if you put it in here and then later you decide, I want to move this. I'm going to turn it over to the other side, because somebody's going to go, this side's blue, this side's red. Where do I put it?
Well, you know what? If I have two, I put one on each one.
Exactly. Or if you look at this, where do you think you're most likely to use it? Which side do you think you're most likely to use it on?
And let's not even talk about some of those purples that look blue.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Or you're not sure if it's purple or gray.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Just
really matter.
Just put it. Just put it. So tell them then, I'm going to go back to you. Tell them about the folder that you stick inside. Why? And
the first thing I did was sort it. And that's the hardest part. And I had a bunch of these laying around, so I just had these and just throw everything in there. So I had different stacks for different, so they're not, so they'd stay in one spot. Because it took me about 3 hours to sort.
See, she has a lot of scraps too.
But then the folder, I was trying to figure out, did I want a separate pouch for the cardstock? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to.
You want everything together.
Everything together. So what I did was I put this folder in here so it had a tab so I could write on what color was in the folder without having to make a special label. And it can stick up so I can see it from up here. Mm-hmm. And then I put most of the regular weight paper, copy weight paper here. I put the cardstock there, plain cardstock. And then back here, I put the scrapbook paper that was heavier.
Okay. So if you want to be able to grab it quicker, then that folder becomes a nice divider. And in front is just lightweight paper. Behind is the heavier weight paper. And inside is solid color cardstock.
Yeah.
Easy as that. And you don't need, something with a bunch of different sections.
I had mine done by size for the longest time, but I don't scrap that way.
You should scrap by color. When you're doing something, you're looking for a scrap piece.
And that's why I was switching.
Yeah. And usually we're looking for more than one in the things that we do. So if you don't know whether you should do it by color or by size, and you're just you need to do something right now to start organizing it and see if it works for you. And then you can change it later. You don't know whether you scrap by color or by size.
If you guys don't know, I have a dream box. So my containers are mostly like this, which when I was doing it by size, I thought that'd be the best way to put them by size in here.
Mm-hmm.
And it works, but it's hard when I'm looking for a particular color, because that's usually what I'm doing. That was a pain in the patootie.
When you get a lot of scraps, it's hard to have to go through all the things that are, this size to find the color.
Whatever color you were working on, the last was going to be on top, and that's usually not the one you're looking for.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so let's talk about a couple more ways. And as we're talking about these ways, just think about your scraps and how they would fit in. And do you think you would be more inclined to go grab them if they were in something like this or like that or like the other thing I'll show you? Some people like things in certain ways, and other people, if it's more than just go pick it up off, whatever, not going to bother. See, Glennis had them by color and she switched to size.
Now, see, I can do another folder in here for a smaller size, for bitty ones. You can use the little mini folders and put them in there, so all the blue mini pieces.
Yes. Okay. Here's a system that allows you to do both, do color and size. This is a collection keeper.
That's cool.
It's a collection keeper. It's a totally Tiffany product. I love it. I have tons of them. This is how it comes packaged. In fact, is there two of them in there? I can't remember. One or two. I want to say that there's two in here. Oh, three. No. I'll check later. I want to say that there's at least two in there, maybe even three. I don't know. But this is what the collection keeper looks like. I don't keep them in a binder. If you have a scrap rack from Totally Tiffany, they will fit in that. They will also fit in a 12 by 12 binder, which is awesome. But they also just slide into 12 by 12 plastic. Like here's a Totally Tiffany 12 by 12 paper keeper. They'll slide into that. Or I slide them into the cubes. I have, the cube shelving, and I can just slide them into the cube shelving. I also have some of these just standing in a box, like Candy does, standing in a box so that they're easy to grab. Hi, Elisa. So, okay. Elisa uses the Totally Tiffany Scrap Master by color. Okay, so this is not going to hold billions and billions of pieces, but it's going to hold quite a bit. It's expandable, and it will hold a lot more than what you think. These pockets all expand. So inside, right down the center, it will hold 12 by 12. 12 by 12 isn't really scrap, right? But I often end up with 12-inch long strips where I've used part of it, and I've got 12-inch long strips. I don't want to fight with the pocket, getting them to lay perfectly so that they'll go in the pocket for the 12 by 12, or the 12-inch, which they will. So I just stick them down here. Here's another one that's a good example of what I cut out to use on that page. I put this in here because of the red flowers, because of all of this. This is the prettiest to me and what I would want to make sure that I use. Then I love the rest of this as background. So if I do cut this off and use it, these two pieces will then go into black or whatever else, they're organized by. But right now, the only place that fits is right here. And I don't want to cut it until I use it because I don't know what size I need it. So large scraps can go, and I say scraps loosely because I don't consider that a scrap, but it is an offcut. And so maybe we call them offcuts. Hi, Sylvia. Anything that is not a full piece of scrapbook paper that is going to go with your regular paper. Or I even, if I have a paper pack and I use all but one or two pieces, I take those 1 or 2 pieces and I'll stick them in here in their appropriate color because there's only 1 or 2 pieces left and I can use them with something else. Okay, so I say scrap loosely, offcut, you know. So that holds 12 by 12s. On this side, this also would hold 12 by 12s or 8.5 by 11 or large pieces. Here's some cool, I don't want to throw these away because they're metallic. These are lunar paste. They're awesome that I cut out some feathers and things. And I could cut some very cool strips out of this for one of our strip projects and then just throw little bitty, you know, whatever's away. So this holds large pieces. Flip over to the other side. Long strips here or any strips. So if I'm keeping them by color, all my strips, even if there's these a little bit shorter, all the strips are going to go into here so that I know I could grab this pocket and I can have strips in. This is red and pink in these colors.
Those are cool.
These are basically 6 by 6 or smaller. So there's some solid, there's some not solid. There's some smaller pieces in here, but it's basically 6 by 6 and smaller. And then these are littles, smaller than I wanted in the 6 by 6. You know, just little pieces. Little teeny tiny one, but I didn't want to throw it away because it's so pretty with that metallic strip in it. So I could use that. So if I grab this and, okay, they have these nice little slots to put these in, but honestly, I find it a pain to put those in every time. And that keeps me from using things when I have to stop and it takes so longer for me to get these out and put them back in than it does to find my scrap. So typically I just grab a piece of washi and do that. And that's how I will close them. Because
and they sell them 3-pack.
3-pack. Thank you. And I can get these at a discount, HPP discount. I was going to look that up before and then got busy and forgot. So that's how I typically do it. I just close it with a piece of washi and I can open and close it for, you know, a bunch of times before that washi won't hold anymore. So some washi holds better than others and you know which ones to use. So that is super easy. And so if I know I'm working on a project in certain colors, I can grab this and I have all the sizes. So
I'd cut the binder thing off because it'd just be in my way.
This thing and I've left them on just in case, maybe at some point. Yeah. I had a scrap rack.
I just don't have the room for it, and they get heavy. They get heavy.
Yes, well, I had a scrap rack, and the scrap rack is awesome, but the studio I'm in right now in this house is not conducive.
I looked at it, but that thing was huge. I was
it's not conducive to us to being able to use a scrap rack here. So
you have to have a separate desk to put it on.
Yeah. Well, or a shelf top or something, and it can expand and go, you know, as long as you want, but it holds a lot in a space, but you don't have to have a scrap rack to use some of the parts and pieces. And this is one of my favorites. So I will look up what my price is on getting these and let you know. Maybe I can even do that before we're done. We'll see. Okay. So that is a second way. The first one was the gallon baggies, the 2-gallon baggies or pouches. The second way is the collection keepers, and you can do those by color palette. You could do it by type if you wanted to put in all digitals in one and all, you know, out of a paper pack in one. If you want to put textured in one, things like that.
You're not going to use the same system for everything. Like even mine, there's certain ones I keep separate because I know I use them more, like the music paper and the book pages.
Yeah.
And maps, I use them differently. So they're in a different container.
Yeah, I keep book pages and music pages in one. I don't put those in with the color.
Yeah, I usually don't. And the other thing I use a lot of that I want separate is the receipts and ledger scraps, you know, because I use them differently. So, and I use them more often because I put those on tags, and so those are in a separate pouch by themselves.
Bye, Lori. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Hi, Angie. Hi, Cindy. It said hi to Sylvia. Okay, here's a third way. We got to get through this because we got stuff to make.
Yeah, Penny, those packs were very affordable. Even on scrapbook.com, I think they were like $5 a pack for the 3-pack.
Right. And whatever the retail is, I can get us a discount on that. So I'll look that up and get the price on those. Because I would do a pre-order and just order us a whole bunch of those. I love them. The third option is something like the Iris container. And you could use shoe boxes. You could use iris containers. You could use the plastic shoe boxes. But this, this is scraps that I would purposefully want to use to collage with. That's what this bin is here. And I'm showing you these 4 because I have used or use all 4 of the ones that I'm showing you. And some of them I found work better than others, and some work for some types of scraps. Other types of scraps I don't like that way. I put some other way. So, you know, that you just gotta just dig in and try one. And don't try to take all your scraps and get all your scraps organized in one day into one system, Angela.
Yeah. And
Angela,
scraps or is think outside the box and get creative.
Yes, yes.
And when you first start, use what you have before you buy something new.
Yes, absolutely, because you don't know if that system's going to work for you yet. So use shoe boxes, and then if you find you like that system and you want to buy some plastic shoe boxes, then invest in those.
Yeah,
you know, that type of thing. But take like one of your bins of scraps and get that separated and organized so you can start using it. But if you've got 3, 4, 5 bins of scraps, don't do them all. Just take one and separate that. Okay, so those containers.
I didn't follow that advice. I had 5. I did all 5. Because I had small.
Angela's got us beat though.
Yeah. I started because I had mine by size, you know, small, medium, large, and plain, and I had a separate one with the
I got your number, Angela. I know. Yeah. I know what you would do. Okay, so let me show you the 4th way. And there are many other ways, but this is just the 4th way that we're going to talk about today. And that is using trays or bins, whatever you want to call them. They're basically trays. They're about 4 inches, 3.5 inches deep. Okay. And I've got a few here. This one has scraps that are just all sizes, all colors. So they're in here by basically by type. They're colored scraps of all sizes. And what I do when I use this system, I just stack them on top of each other. So hang on a second here, grab this. So I'll have, this one actually does not go on the bottom. This one, because it's got so much stuff sticking out of it, which I need to use up today, so it's not doing that. This one has kind of like specialty things in it. This is napkin on book page. This is deli paper. This is music paper that has been collaged on magazine. This is, you know, coffee dyed paper. These I consider, these are altered scraps. Some of that cool tissue paper from the Happy Paper box. So these I consider kind of specialty. They're different. They are special. I don't want them to get lost and not find them. There's cork in here. This is where I want to use that. I put it in with scraps. That's a very old, you know, just so kind of specialty kind of things. An offcut from a magazine that had collaged music and book pages, but I just love the way it looks and I didn't want to get rid of that. So same thing there. Okay. So that one has specialty. This next one is just solid color cardstock. Now this one should be in specialty because it's embossed. But this is just solid, whatever, all colors, even some paint samples there, but just solid color. And then this one is neutrals. And so it would be just whites, creams, off-whites, something that's craft is in here, just basically neutral. And then the one that is always on top, because it is always so full to bursting, I'm going to take these down, and so it won't be so tall, is these strips. Strips. Now, these are in strips, but I did rubber band them together because I didn't want them to get lost in strips because these are specialty strips. They're embossed. They have metallic on them. They have some different types of mediums that we've tried on them. This one is napkin. So these are kind of specialty strips that I want to use and not not have them get lost. But there are, look, this is a gift bag. Actually, a gift bag, but it came from a store, from a purchase. And that's the one that had the hats on the inside. And I knew I wanted to fussy cut those. And then I took the paper, the fabric tape, and I just put it onto a piece of paper, and I cut out my 3 circles. And then I thought, well, I don't want to throw that away because I can at least get a good strip here to use. Maybe a couple little pieces, but I'll get a good strip and then toss that. But this is just strips of all sizes. These are branding strips off the top of some paper pack, folded them in half or tore them in half, clipped them all together because they all go together. These are off the same paper pad. So if I want to sit down and do something where I want matching paper or coordinating paper, these will all go together. That's why they are together. This one is all white, and there's stuff that we'll do with strips that are all white. And so I can grab a bunch that are all white and they're together. So otherwise they're just in here, just everything, strips of all kinds, all lengths, all whatever. Okay. So that's another option, is using these trays or bins, whatever you want to call them. Whew, that's a lot of scraps. All right, so we'll continue talking about storing scraps and other things throughout the years, more organizational type tips. But let's get a handle on the scraps. And that means just taking one bin, one container, one stack, one bag, one drawer, one of whatever you've got, and organizing that either by size or by color. And for me personally, I think I kind of prefer it by both. But I'll tell you what, these little trays that I have are a lifesaver, because sometimes I don't have time to stop and sort, or there's a whole bunch on my desk. I've got to clear it off, get ready for another live. I can put them all into the tray based on, these are all plain, these are all colored, these are all strips. And then later, if I want, I can take them and put them by color and size into like the Totally Tiffany collection keepers, that type of thing. So it helps me to be able to integrate 2 different systems like that. So let's see here. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. That's in the drawer. Hi, Yolanda. All right, I got to get a drink. My mouth is dry. So let me show you what we're going to do today. And this is super fun. And now I'm bummed that we only have an hour and 15 minutes to do it. Maybe we'll just come back for a laugh and craft. Hi, Carrie. No, Wendy, Paper Rooster. I thought I saw Paper Puddles. Nope, it's Paper Rooster. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. Okay, so we are going to take some scraps. And if you're going to scrap bust along with us today, we're going to take some scraps, and we are looking for scraps that we can get, scraps that we can read my writing. Let me write this so that you can read it. We want to get 2 little pieces out of this. And there's actually at least three things going on today. So we're going to pick up the scrap, and we're going to start by making the coolest thing first. And if the scrap can't be used for that, or if we take that off and then there's scrap left over, then we move to number 2 and number 3. Now, I didn't say that we were going to use up every last scrap you have today. I said that we were going to use up every bit of the scrap we used today. So we're going to take a scrap and we're going to do one thing with it. And whatever's left that keeps us having more scraps, we're going to do the second thing with it. And if there's still some left, then we'll do the third thing with. And my experience in doing this so far is that when I do that, Anything I have left after that is literally so tiny that I am happy to throw it away because I have absolutely gotten its use and its worth out of those 3 things. So we're going to grab a scrap, and we're looking for scraps that we can get 2 pieces out of. And if you want to write these down, go ahead, because I'll set this here, but it's going to get covered. It's going to get pushed around. So we want a scrap that is 3 inches by 1.5 inches. And we want a piece that is 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. Okay, so 3 by 1.5. So I need to know, is this piece at least 1.5 wide? It is. Okay, so that'll work. 3 by 1.5. And then we want pieces that are 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. Okay, so first, I'm going to just grab some scraps and start cutting things of that size. 3 by 1.5. I'm going to cut the 3 first. How many 3s can I get? 3. Now this is not 3. So can I get the other one? 2 3/4. Nope, that one's only 2.5. Okay, so I'm going to set that one aside because that's still usable for our second and third project. So I'm looking for 3 by 1.5. By 1.5. So I only need to cut a tiny bit off. Okay. So are you guys all set up with your scraps? So you're doing this right away. And you can use scissors. You can use a small paper trimmer, a large paper trimmer. It doesn't matter. For me, a paper trimmer is faster to do this with. But you do whatever is easier, faster, or what you have. So I'm going for 3. Okay, I'm going to stop after this one. I'm going to show you what we're actually going to make. 3. Will that get 3? Oh, it's exactly 3 without that little branding strip on it. Perfect. Okay. Well, then how come that's... Nope, they're the same. Okay, I need these to be 1.5. Let me do that quickly or I'll forget that I didn't do their size. 1.5. And it doesn't matter if these are cardstock or scrapbook paper. Even book page will be perfect for this. I'll show you what we're making and you'll be able to see. But all of your colors, all of your textures are going to be great on this. All of those things are going to be perfect for this. So right now I'm just looking for things that I can get 3 by 1.5 or 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. And I'll put all the 3 by 1.5s in a pile and the 2 3/4 by 1 1/4 in a pile. And then whatever's left as an offcut, I'm setting that aside. Okay. And so in here, I've got some of those already cut by size. It's all kinds of different things adding to there. Okay, and what we're going to make is these cute little labels. Now, as you make these, you can make them, but not completely decorate them until you know where and how you're going to use them, or you can completely decorate them. And I've done some of both. Some I have only put the 2 pieces together and haven't gone any farther. But there's the outside one, 3 by 1.5. The inside one is 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. Look how cute that label is. Either side of that would have made a cute label. So when we put them together, we'll look for one. There's texture on the outside one too, but we'll look for one that is more of a print for one and less of a print for the other one. Okay, here is one that is 2 pieces and collaged and they're embossed. And then there's some medium run over the top of them. There's one that I went ahead and put a little sentiment on. I don't know, is it focusing or am I going up too close? Live in the moment. This one actually has 3 layers. There's a scrap piece of graphic 45 and I was actually able to get the sentiment right out of the paper. I love these. I love this kind. So some of them I haven't wanted to put on it some decoration until I go to use it to know exactly how I'm going to use it. But look at this little retro lady. How cute is she on there?
Oh, Cindy's looking for ways to sharpen. She's got that cutter, but it doesn't cut anymore.
Cindy, mine had a hiccup halfway up. I don't know what happened to it. I gave it to Doug and he got rid of it and it's like new again. Let me ask him. I just didn't have time to mess with it. I said, here, honey, I have 2 of them. See if you can make this sharp again. I figured if he destroyed it, I wasn't out. But let me ask him how he did it. And see if it's something that he can share that you could do. So there's a busy one inside and not so busy one outside.
Yeah, these are addicting to make, ladies.
They are totally addictive.
You can sit here and just
they are so.
Once you have them cut, you can sit here and mindlessly.
Yes, and they just look like cute little labels, but these are so fun to make. So fun to make. I'm not kidding. They're. I said Candy and I had to stop making them. We would have had 5,000 made. They're just fun.
Because you can make them and then not decorate them right away. So
this one, I even put a scrap of something else underneath instead of having it cut to size. And I keep looking at it. I'm not sure that I like it. I like the torn edges on the one inside, but I might cut that off. I might cut that off right there. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Some of them I look at it and I know exactly what paper it was from. And I love the paper. And I did not want to waste even that much of it because I loved it. But that is okay. So the blue that's behind this is this. And I love that paper. And so I just need to decide what I'm going to put in the center, but I didn't want to decide yet. I love that paper. I didn't want to waste it. There's some good script. There's some more that's embossed. Just a wood grain, which makes a great little background for something to go in the center there. I can just put a little sticker on these, a little mushroom, a little animal, a sentiment. They don't have words. These little retro ladies, I love, 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 love. This one, Candy told me to put gauze underneath it, and I did. Look at it, love it, with this little bit of gauze underneath it.
Julie said that one pops. Must have been your last one.
Probably 4 or 5 ago. This is Anne of Green Gables book page, and there was probably 3 or 4 pages that were glued together for a project, and I had some just scraps of that. So that's cute, and then put something inside here, and yeah, there's another one that I haven't decided exactly what I want to put in the front, but I love that leather type of texture. So that's what we're doing with the 3 by 1.5 and the 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. Okay, so that's what I want. I want 2 stacks because then I can just take these and look through them and decide which 2 I want together, glue them up, trim the corners. Well, you have to trim the corners of the at least the inside one before you glue them. And if you have a corner chomper, then you just use your corner chomper on it. Easy enough. So I'll use that. If you don't have a corner chomper and don't want to get one, or until you get one, another trick is to take an old credit card or an old gift card. And I've got 4 different corners on this one. These are small, so I'm going to go to the smallest size here. And I would just line that up right there and grab the smallest scissors I can find, of course, and cut that corner. And then I would just turn my paper over to get the exact same thing on the other corner. Do all 4 corners like that. Okay, you can use them for tags. So I just you can take 4 credit cards and do 4, of each corner all the same. I took 1 credit card and there are 4 different sizes of corners there. So that's an option too. And these plastic credit cards last forever, and they don't really break down. So that's easy to do. So then the second thing, when we get these offcuts here, the next thing that we're going to look for is a square. Now, we kind of want these all to be the same size, and these are for a project that we will do in the future. I have a square punch, and it is 1 3/4 inches. So that's what I will use. Candy's, I think, is 2 inches.
No, well, I got that one's kind of too big. I'm using that little tiny one that's a 1-inch diagonal.
Oh, that is tiny. That's way tiny. But if you have a square punch, that's the easiest way with these. Or, sometimes you can't even get it into the punch because it's small. What is this? This is 1. I could make it 1 1/2, and then I could turn it this way and cut 1 1/2 and make it a 1 1/2 inch, a 1 1/2 inch square. So it needs to be square. So I've got 1 1/2 inch square right there. If I cut them with this one, they're going to be 1 3/4. So I could make a separate pile for that. So I've got a bunch right here from when I did these. These are all 1 3/4. I punched them with that punch. And so I'm just keeping these separate because these are going to be for another project that we do. So that first strip that I got, if I did a 1 1/2 inch square out of it, this is all that is left. And I can use that. Then I want it to be a tiny strip. It's kind of wide. I'm going to cut it in half. So I've got 2 little strips. Oh, there's a little tiny strip. I'm going to take those and I'm just going to push them up here because these are over here already. So I'm just going to push them up top. That's the branding strip. Okay, which is plain white. Okay, so I'm just going to push them up here. That way everything is separated. I've got my 3 by 1 1/2 here. I'll put my 2 3/4 by 1 1/4 here, and then my squares. This is a 1 1/2. And then if I end up cutting some with my punch, I'll put them here because they're 1 3/4. The project that we will do with these, they will all need to be the same size. So it's not as critical what size they are as just that they are the same size. Does that make sense? So that'll be for future projects. So you can just put those, anywhere. I'm just going to make a pile right now. So now that you know what we're doing, you can grab your scraps and first start with your label because that's the cutest and you'll use these a lot. Grab your label and see if you can get a 3 by 1 1/2. And if there's enough left, see if you can get a 2 3/4 by 1 1/4, because you can use one as the outside for one label, one as the inside for a different label. But coffee dyed paper works great on these. And if you have plain coffee dyed paper scraps or offcuts, then before you put them on here, you can actually just stamp on them with a background stamp. That looks awesome, and that's perfect to do. So that's what we're doing. So let's get going. You guys are probably already rolling, hopefully. That's 3. Oh, it's not 1 1/2 inch. Okay, so now's a good time to show you that. That one is also 3 and it's not 1 1/2. Okay, so this basic label is 3 by 1 1/2 on the outside. Once you get going and you get making these, then you go, okay, this one is 3 by 1 3/8. It's not quite 1 1/2, but I can still make one out of it. They don't have to be exactly, but we all need a starting point. We need a, hi, Margie. Margie's here. Hi,
Margie.
Carol. Carol's here.
Yep.
Nice.
7 from Inspired by 7 Plaza. Yep.
Yes. Oh, Margie, you saw that too. Yes. Inspired by 7 Plaza.
Love her.
Yes. Oh, this is such a great way to use the scraps. These labels were inspired by her. and then the squares to make something else. And then these little strips that are left over, what we're going to do with those is just, I will take, like, these are offcuts of manila folders, or they are 3x5 index cards, or you can even just use a piece of paper out of your scraps and just glue the scraps, these little scrap strips on like that. And this turns into a super cute, you can do little designer corners on them. You can put an image on it to give it a focal point, and they're super cute little bookmarks. Punch the hole, make a cute little tassel. These make nice journal cards. They make corner tucks. They make pockets. Or you can take these and cut out or punch out shapes. So these, because they're nice and sturdy, they're great for punching out tabs or hearts or butterflies or all the things. You know, depends on, I look at it and then decide what to do. If it's got some really pretty colors paper, I'll punch out butterflies because they look really pretty. If it's got some more neutrals, like this one, I think would make really pretty tabs. It's got some texture and some neutrals that are just really pretty. So that's what we'll do with all of these little strips up here. So by the time you cut these, cut that, take the strips. Aw, thank you, honey. You're the best. Oh, you are the best. Man. Neener, Glynis. My kilt man just brought me a big old thing of caffeine and a chocolate chip cookie. You are the best. Thank you, honey. Yeah, so by the time you do all those and then you use these strips to make some of these, there is not much left. So if I put this strip on here, by the time I'm done, I'm cutting off this and I'm cutting off this. I'm tossing it. Please do not keep that when you cut it off. I keep it as long as I'm making these, because sometimes it's long enough like that it'll work for a corner of the next one. All I need is a little piece for the corner. But as soon as I'm done making these, all those little pieces, they go to the trash and you are done. And seriously, you started with whatever scraps. You have made 3 things and you don't have any scraps left. This using scraps to make things and then making more scraps sometimes is frustrating. So this is a way that you literally can use up every bit of scrap that you have. And yeah, if there's any teeny tiny bit and piece, please throw it away. If you don't, I'm going to get on a plane. I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to throw it away for you. Oh, Sylvia, are you going to play along with us today? Margie, where do we buy the time to do this? Sylvia, you can shuffle around all your scraps over and over and over again and keep trying to find places to put all the new things that we all keep buying. Or we can use up some of these scraps and have these things ready to go. Okay, so here's the thing. If you had one of these done in black and white, and this month's challenge is black and white, Brad, snowman, and music book paper. You might have some music paper on it. It might be done in black and white. There you go. You get a snowman on it, attach him with a Brad, clip your corners. You've got a cute tag or a journal card, and you have just met this month's challenge with these things that are all prepped ahead of time. And I love that. It's making it so much easier to get things done. And then you feel like you're actually using your stuff. And because so many times I want to make stuff and then they're on my list for months and months because there's no time. Yes, the collage. And that's basically what these tiny little strips are here, is collaging on these. So if you collage on those, the other thing that you can do, and maybe this would be more attractive to you, Sylvia, instead of collaging on these, you can have a larger piece of paper out and collage with all these teeny tiny ones on the larger piece of paper instead of these cards. And then you've got that collage ready to go. But either way, once you finish with that, if you happen to have anything left, it gets tossed like that. Yeah, I know. I was just going to say, now Margie's going to keep everything just so I'll come to Wisconsin. I'll come to Wisconsin. Yes, Frankenpapers. Yep. We'll do that. We'll do that with scraps another day. I love that. I'm going to add that to the list if I didn't already have it on there. I don't remember, Cheryl.
Yeah, I have it on there already.
Okay. I figured one of us did. All right. So let's get cutting because I need to make some of these. I have held off, and you can see that my scrap tray, my strip tray is overflowing. So I'm going to pick my widest strips first with the hope of being able to get them wide enough to make these. And I want to use my strips first. And then if I don't have any more strips that are wide enough, then I will go to those other larger pieces of paper. So 3 inches. These are 1.5. Yes, they are. So I know Glennis is making them. She's probably pounded out 20 of them already, fully, completely done, embellished. I've been hearing Candy's paper trimmer go. Last one is 2.5. Okay, so remember our inside is 2 3/4. But what if you did 2 3/4 on the outside? Then the inside would be 2.5. So I can make this work. I can make it work. There we go. And it gave me one little strip that I can use then on one of those. So that entire strip is gone. This has been the fastest way to use up strips. I absolutely love it. So, what'd y'all do yesterday on New Year's? I think I need to post some of my snow pictures in the group. So it started snowing New Year's Eve about 10 o'clock. And it didn't stop until like this morning at 4 or 5. Well, at 5:30 when Doug took Lucy out, it was still snowing very lightly, but you know. So we've got a bit of snow. We've got a bit of snow.
Glenna says she likes more of a border around her, so her inner one is 2 1/4 by 1 1/4.
Okay. See, once you know what you're making, you can choose. You can say, I like it a little bit. 1.5, that's 3. Yeah. And sometimes I'll put 2 pieces of paper together and say, I really like that combination, but I would like that to be a bigger border. Or I like this one with a smaller border because I like the inside better.
And you can do these in different shapes.
Yes.
It's just with 3 layers. You can do them with 3 layers.
Yes, some of the ones I showed you had 3 layers. Candy's got a ton of them already done. Cheryl, that's what we did. We ate all day. We ate and lounged. I rested. I did take a nap. I did not intentionally. We were watching a movie. I did some reading, some studying, watching a movie, and I fell asleep during the movie. But I do that. I know I needed it. Oh, nice, Sylvia. Angie got 4 inches, and that's all, Angie. Angie only lives 4 miles from me. Angie, we got about...
So you're saying Marianne's exaggerating, Angie?
No, you saw the pictures.
Just
You saw the pictures.
Ladies, she knows I hate snow. I hate it. I hate it. She sends me pictures. She goes, I wish you were here. What, you're trying to torture me? I was like, what?
Love you.
You know I hate that crap.
Love you.
Sure you do. Yeah, sure you do.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Lake Erie. We had lake effect snow. We had cold below zero temperatures. Yeah, no, I don't want that crap no more.
My sister's only half an hour from me, and they didn't get very much. They only got about like what Angie got, but yeah, we got a good 12 inches or more. Angie, we got a lot. Yesterday, Sunday, Doug had to go out and shovel. He shoveled the walk in the driveway. He did it 3 times before noon. And it wasn't that, oh, there's a little bit, go get it. It was, you don't want to let it get past a certain depth or it's really hard to get it up. You know, there's like 4 inches there. And then you want to shovel it and get some salt down. But so he shoveled it all. By the time he was done, an hour later, he had to go out and do it again because there was another 4 inches there. And then he did it again at noon. There was 4 or 5 inches. We probably got 12 to 14 inches, Angie. Yeah, we obviously we get more snow than you do. Margie, the M&K feud continues. I love it.
Yeah, that hurt my feelings. I wish you were here. Yeah, okay.
Oh man.
No one might be miserable. Well, you wish I was there. Yeah, okay.
Just so you can see it. I didn't say you had to stay.
I can see it in the picture, and I've seen it in my youth.
Oh, I don't want to see it again.
No, I don't know. I don't want to be in it. That stuff's cold. It's wet. It's nasty. It's pretty for about 5 minutes until you gotta go out in it.
Yeah, it is. This will make a really cool collage strip. It's embossed with like steampunk clocks on it. I love some of the strips that we get from these. And some of them need to be inked and some of them don't when, you know, by the time I'm done. Some of them I like just the way they are. Let's see here. This one has a hole punched in it. I'm not going to worry about it because if that's the background and something's over the front, you won't even see it. Oh man,
it would be hard. It would be hard for me to leave quickly, Sylvia. She lives like 21 hours away. Even a plane flight's longer than I want to be.
Yeah, it's very heavy snow, Angie. It's not wet. It's not really wet and slushy. It's good skiing snow is what it is. It's very light and fluffy. And so when it comes down, it all stacks. It didn't melt. It just stacked.
Oh, yeah, I'm not here.
I'm not either. It's good snowman making snow.
Yeah. Not good at that either.
It's great snowman making snow.
When I was a kid. Sure, I hate it now.
Oh man. That's funny.
It's too cold and ours don't look like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Hard to get these things on straight for me.
Snowmen they're just too much work.
Yeah, they are.
Honestly, they're just too much work. They are a lot of work, but it is so much fun watching Lucy in the snow. She loves the snow. And she's like the color of a deer, fawn. So she goes out and she bounds through the snow like a deer. She hops and it's hilarious. Doug takes her out and then just gets videos of her doing it. Or you must be bored, honey. It's pretty. I mean, you know, I like it. I like when it's snowing. It's really pretty. It's very cool. And then I want it to be gone because I don't want to deal with the roads and, you know, all this stuff.
Stupid drivers.
Yeah.
Salt,
people don't know how to drive. Yep. That. Yep. Exactly that. Angie doesn't have a lot of scraps. She sends it to her friend in Arizona and she makes cards out of her pages. Cool. Sylvia can hear the sincerity in my voice. I did want you to see it and enjoy it. You don't have to stay with it.
That's what a picture's for.
Oh, I sent pictures and you didn't like them.
That's what you said. I wish you were here. I'm like, yeah.
Oh man.
Let's see.
I'm gonna do.
Margie uses her plain cardstock as background and make them look like Denison labels. Yeah, and I have a couple of those too.
Yeah.
I like them. I like them either way.
Yeah, if you've got a lot of plain cardstock, I don't because I'm not a card maker. But if you've got a lot of plain cardstock, then yeah, that is great. Cut the plain cardstock ones as the background. Look at that. That scrap, I cut 2 of these pieces, and then I cut 1.5-inch squares, and it's gone. I didn't even have not even a little tiny itty bitty piece left over. That's awesome. That's the way we like scraps to act. Let's see. 3. Anybody else get snow? I guess we were just slow. Everybody else was getting snow earlier in the week, and we didn't. I thought it passed us by completely. I guess this was the storm that was flooding California.
Yeah. I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at something Marcy said.
Oh, what did Marcy say now?
Turds.
You said what?
No, sucks rabbit turds. Sorry. I was not laughing about the flood in Florida.
Oh,
please.
no.
I don't want you to think that. That wasn't what I was talking about.
Yeah, I think that was the storm that was the California floods just moved over here, but no. Yeah, sometimes. If I can just stay inside and watch it and we're good in here, then great. But yeah, having to go out, that's then not so happy about it. I don't mind the snow. What I don't like is the ice and the people who don't know how to drive in it. Look at that. Perfect 3 inches. I'm telling you, some of these scraps just work out perfectly. I like that. Much less waste. Yeah, I don't like... I think I told you that in Alaska, every time we had the first snow, and it was only 3 months since the last snow, people drove like they had never seen snow before. And I'm like, seriously, people, it's only been 3 months. That first snow was always the worst. Okay. Make some smaller ones to go inside that one. Yeah, and I want to make some smaller ones because you might have some smaller things that you want smaller labels on. But once you know exactly what you're doing and your proportion, then, and you just make them when you go to use it. If you decide that you need it to be smaller, just cut them down. Cut them down a little and throw away that teeny tiny millimeter off cut that you did. No, Julie, not picking them out yet. Right now, just cutting them. And then when you go to make the labels, that's when you pick them out coordinated. I mean, unless you're just going to make one label. But, well, just cutting them. We're just cutting them, getting them ready to go. And then when we sit down with the stacks to make the labels, then, yep, then we start coordinating them. Now, sometimes you might look at a scrap and say, oh, I would really like that to be the front. And so you cut it down accordingly. Or I might really like that to be the back. And so you cut it to that size, accordingly.
They can't all be backs, people.
Can't all be backs. They can't all be fronts. That's funny. Let's see. I like these pieces that have map on them. Those make great backs, either side. They make really good backs. So I'm going to cut these all at 3 inches. I mean, you could stick these on a page and use it as a tuck spot. You can put them onto something. There's just a lot of things you can do with labels. They're cute, especially if you have different sizes. Let's see, 2.
You don't have to angle the corners. You can make them square or rectangular.
Yeah, you could do whatever you want. I'm not even angling them yet, but yeah, make them whatever. Oh, that'll make a pretty one. I've had this scrap for a long time. I haven't wanted to throw it away. It's so pretty, but didn't know what I would do with it. So it'll make a really elegant inside. Oh, that's a little wide. So yeah, get a whole bunch of them cut down. Then you sit down with 2 or 3 piles, and then you start putting together. Oh, these 2 would go really nicely, and I want that one to be the back. This one to be the front. And if you happen to have 2 in the same pile, then you cut one of them down, and can go on the other one. There are no rules, just right. 2.5. Okay, so let's. I will. Candy, are you putting some together?
Yeah.
I was just thinking. Yeah, I think I'm going to put some together just so they can. They're probably already watching you do it, so that's good. I'm cutting some here, so I think I want that to be an inside. That'd be pretty. All right, so let's. We'll put a couple together. Of course, I might not have enough scraps cut to have
variety.
The variety that I need, because you do need variety. Find the ones that you like together. Okay, let's see what we've got in this. And there's some of them that I'm looking at this one thinking this would be pretty with just a solid black. It's gray with a black polka dot. So I think I will do that. Just make a solid black. So I'll save that. I probably need what?
Sylvia just found a box of Denison labels in green, blue, red, and yellow. I didn't know they had a name.
Wow. That's cool. That's very cool.
Sylvia's sister uses school plastic see-through boxes and assembles everything for card making. I have the clear photo boxes I use for some stuff.
Yes, that was straight.
She loves her marble doodle board. Keeps her accountable. She's very happy.
Yeah, I love it too. I just like how easy I can write something down and how quickly I can wipe it away.
Yeah, it worked great for Pictionary.
Yeah. That was a brilliant idea you had there. 2 3/4. Oh, wow. That's perfect. 2 3/4. Yeah, something. Yeah, I don't know that I have the variety yet that I feel like I want. So I might need to cut a few more. Oh, wait, I've got some cut in here too. Forgot about that. There's one. When I cut it, I actually was able to leave the word on it from the paper. So that was kind of cool. That'll look cool.
Margie says, ain't nothing going to keep her accountable. I play my mind through and change them as I want to.
That is absolutely your prerogative.
Sylvia uses the Stampin' Up! Boxes to store stamps by category. Yeah, I did that for a while.
By category. My stamps are not categorized. They probably should be. That's why I can't find any when I need them.
Mine are categorized, and I use those. I did use photo boxes for them, but there's so many that won't fit in them. I got tired of. So mine are all in the. I use those pouches. I had a bunch of those pouches, so I put them in there by category, and they're in one of those scrap store bags, the scrap bags that you use to tote bags.
Cool.
They're in there at my feet, so I have them. I have the scraps on one side and the stamps on the other.
Nice.
Mainly my background stamps and my text stamps. And
yeah. Look, this is a Kleenex box. This Kleenex box was one of the prettiest I've ever seen. I loved it. So I'm like, that looks like my stencil. I'm going to keep that one. Cut it up. It's perfect for these kind of tags.
Pink and teal. Pink and teal.
Yeah, pink and teal is pretty. I love some of these old papers, the offcuts of these old ones of Tim Holtz. You know, you have the covers to some of your paper packs and you don't know what to do with them. There's cool little pictures on them. They're just the right size, a lot of them, for cutting up this. This is a backing to some craft supply. I can tell by the kind of paper it is. Some, in fact, I think this was from one of the Happy Paper boxes. One of our little supplies came in. It might have been the tiny labels. And I thought that backing is really cute. I'm going to keep that. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, now.
Margie, you do make journals. They're teeny weeny journals, but you make them.
Yeah. Oh, size is up to the creator.
Oh, you make journals.
Yes, you do. I have Alice to prove it.
Yeah. I'm going to say you might not make a lot of them. I don't make a lot. I prefer to make the ephemera.
Right, and you may not make large ones, but nobody dictates the size of journal. You can make any size journal you want. That's not what I want. I want
mine are invisible.
The stub. No, I don't want the stub. I want the angle. What am I doing? There we go. I'll use the sub boxes to store stamps. Oh, that's a good idea. Stamps used to be categorized, and I went for years without keeping up. So yeah, must stay accountable. I have 5 working journals, 2 art journals, and my projects that need closure, plus my 12 monthly journals. Awesome, Sylvia. Well, then I'm glad I do.
Way too much.
Yeah, you know what, Sylvia? That's why I'm glad it's a new year. It's a fresh year, and that's not going to work because that is too small. But
oh my God. Yeah, I got 5 journals on my table. Can't you see them?
So you know what? It's a new year, and we're gonna get a lot of that stuff done. This is too small for my angle cutter, so I'm gonna do this.
Oh, and they're completed journals.
Wow.
The invisible ones. The invisible ones.
Oh, the invisible ones are yes. So are mine, sure.
Yeah.
They're whatever you want them to be. Oh no, that was way too big.
So I count with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That was way
7 incomplete ones I got going.
That is way too. Oh, this is gonna have to be a tiny one. This little piece, I really want to use it. It's super cute, but it's too small to even use even my card angle on. So I'm just cutting it. So it's not, angles aren't perfect, and I don't care because I like it. And it could actually use a third piece of plain black behind it, but I don't know that there's room, so I will take a black marker or black acrylic pen and go around it to give it a little bit of border. I think I need to empty that. I think that's really pretty. Yeah, all right, so that's what I'm going to do. There really isn't enough room to put a third one in there, and I really want to see the teal colors because I love this. I love the color of that, and I love the color of this one embossed with the teal and black. So I'm going to make a black border without having to take up any more space. So that's got a nice wide border, but that gives me plenty of room to create my border. I'm going to give it a minute to dry so I'm not writing on the glue. So give that, okay. Meanwhile, let's see. I really like these as well. Oops. Now I'm just dropping them on the floor. That's not good.
Julie, I hope your back feels better. Her back's getting sore.
Uh-oh, who was that?
Julie.
Julie.
Tell it to grow a spine.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that might be pretty on there.
How's your foot today, Margie?
Yeah, how is your foot? How is that darn foot? Margie, how is that darn foot? See, I want to put these two together, and that's just a little bit long for it. So I'll just cut it off and cut it down. No big deal. Did you get some frozen peas or something to put on it, Margie? Again, I think it would be great with a black behind it or a solid. But I'm gonna end up doing my own borders. I can tell. I think the broken toe. It's all dark purple. Oh shoot!
You know, she just sat in her chair and dreamed of her EMT. Just call him.
Yeah, no kidding. Call him to come fix your toe. Oh, the trouble with a broken toe is they really can't do anything.
Yeah, they really.
It depends which one it is. They might tape it to the one next to it, but yeah, you just have to kind of wait for it to heal, and that sucks. I've broken so many toes. I used to never wear shoes, and I'd run through the house and I'd smack a toe on the corner of something. Oh, way too many times.
I cut my feet a lot. I cut them a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I can't even bend my big toes anymore because I cut it was so deep I cut the tendons in them.
Oh, ouch! How did you do that?
Stepped on glass.
Oh, ow!
Yeah, bled badly.
That really sounds like it hurts a lot.
Yeah, but it's a spot where they really can't put stitches because it's right at the crease on your toe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
I can't bend it because it messed the tendon.
You have to waste it. As soon as it starts thawing, throw it back in the freezer. I'm going to use a Posca pen. A Posca pen is acrylic. It's an acrylic paint pen, so it's just a pen, but it doesn't have ink, it has acrylic paint, which I'm hoping will give me the nice black border on here that I want. I don't have a very straight hand, but I did order some of these Posca pens, and we just didn't even have time to bring them out at the sale because I love them. I keep a black, I have a bunch of colors, but I keep a black and white at my desk at all times. I'm always grabbing them and using them. You probably like this, a white Posca pen better than a white, Sylvia, all those white pens that don't work, just get one white Posca pen. They work great. Just don't just stick your fingers in them immediately and smear it.
She might like the fine line of the gel pens, though.
Yeah, I get a pretty fine line. I'm having to go over this several times to get it thick enough. And actually, you know what? They actually do have different tips on the Posca too.
Okay.
That's, yeah, and that might be why, because I've seen them thicker, and then
most of the ones I've seen have been the thicker tips.
Fairly thin, and I went, oh, what? And so I might have ordered a sample of thicker one just so I could try it to see if it was worth getting. But I might go around the outside of the whole thing too. But all I did was go around my center, so it looks like there's a tiny piece of black paper, solid color right behind that.
From childhood of kicking it hard countless times. Well, I have that countless times. All the time.
All the time. I'm not keeping the Posca.
I'm telling you what, I'm sure that it.
And I may ink this in black too. I think that would be good on that one, to ink that one in black. I'm not keeping the Posca pens to myself, Margie. I just didn't have time to bring them out at the sale because I knew you guys would love them too. And they're not expensive either. I was pretty impressed with.
Here's the thing. See, it's easier for her to store the Posca pens. So she hides them in the back, and then all she sees is a
Didn't even think about it. Actually, they haven't even come out of the box yet, so I don't know how many there are because I don't remember. But I know I got black and white. That's probably all I got to start with.
How can you not remember?
How can I not remember? Do you know how many boxes are in my living room right now that are packed full of products for happy paper people? Cindy loves the white Posca pen. Yes, there is a variety of tips. And I like the fine tip because I can go over it and make it a little thicker. But you can actually write with the fine tip, like in your art journal, or, I like the fine tip.
Margie had heard Posca pen for years, didn't know what they were. Well, now you do, Margie. They're pretty cool. I had one when I first started scrapbooking, and I tried to do paper scrapbooking, which I sucked at, mind you. I sucked at it. Then I went digital, so it dried up. So
that, yeah, I use them all the time. There's all the time. Yeah, but I didn't even know about them until, I don't know, a couple of years ago. I might have had one before and it sat there, like Margie said, because I didn't know what it was or what to do with it.
I don't think Margie had any. She just had heard the term, just didn't know what they were.
I thought she said she had one that she never used because she didn't know what it was.
No, she says, I've heard the word Posca.
Oh, okay.
I think I've made enough, don't you?
Nope. These are just so fun to make. I can't do it while we're live and reading, chat, and talking. For some reason, my brain cannot focus.
It's not ink in them, Margie. It's acrylic paint.
It's acrylic paint. Yeah.
It's paint.
So give it a couple seconds to dry.
They're really nice. I mean,
yeah, if you touch it immediately, it's going to smear because it's paint. But give it just a couple seconds to dry, and it's awesome. I mean, this is a border as if I put a tiny little piece of paper underneath it, and I didn't. And I may go around the outside, but I'll probably ink it with black you know, my black blending brush first and see what it looks like.
Why so special? They just show up nice. The white especially shows up so well on.
They're easy to use.
Yeah, easy to
They're
use.
Smooth. They work really well. They flow really nicely. They don't leak all over the place. They're just easy to use, and because they're paint, they're solid. They're opaque, so you actually get a good black line. Not like having to go over and over it with a pen to make sure it's a solid black line, didn't skip here and there. The same thing with the white. If I have anything I could use the white on. This white sounds like it's about to be gone. I didn't realize I've used it that much. But not to worry, I've got another one.
Oh, okay. Nope, not for me, she says.
There's a silver and a gold. I've got a little case of a bunch of different colors. Let's see if I can find some.
She said, so there's probably many types of nibs and a lot of colors, assume. Yeah, I don't need those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I just like the black and white. I got a set when I first got them. I thought, well, that sounds pretty cool. I'll just get this set that has all the colors in it.
Black and white.
I keep the black and white at my desk. The rest are in a drawer. I probably didn't even need to get them. But now that I use them and I know that I didn't need to get them. But the black and white.
She doesn't paint anything. They're not the paint with, they're the write with.
No, look at this. That's writing with the white one. So it's white acrylic paint, but that, I mean, to me, I have a better white there than my gel pens, because my gel pens are not always so smooth. They tend to skip, or if all the ink doesn't come down, or they dry up, or they don't, I don't know, they just don't always write really well. But this always does, because if you need to, you just push it down a little bit, and that brings some ink down, but you don't need to do that really. It just easy to use. If you want to color in with it, you can, because it's just paint. But I like the effect of the acrylic paint without the mess of the acrylic paint. Yeah. So it writes like a pen, but it gives me the quality of
She says, I don't write on my stuff either. She says, I use rubber stamps.
There you go, Margie. Yeah, I'll use it a lot, though, on things like this. Instead of having to layer another piece of paper in, I just did the little black border. That's probably the type of thing that I use the most. But I keep a black and white one on my desk. I tend to grab them all the time. All right, let's see. I can't make decisions when I'm talking to you guys about what I like together. And then the problem is, if I like all the paper, I want it all to be seen. So I want it all, on the front, and it can't all be on the front. That looks nice.
Let's see, here's Glennis's.
How many did Glennis have done already? A lot.
Yes, a lot.
When Glennis isn't chatting, she's out producing us by tons.
There's one page.
Oh, man, those are pretty. See, you can even turn the label into a little cluster. Yeah. So she did the label.
Ours are decorated. Mine are not decorated.
Yeah, she did the label, and then the decorating part of it turned it into a little cluster. That's cute, Glennis. Great. Most of mine aren't decorated either. I'll figure out on my site. use them, but wow. Great job, Glynis.
Yes, pretty, very pretty.
Wow. Margie could write, but nobody could read it, including her.
Yeah. I have those days. You write it and then what the? What?
I know. What was I trying to say? What was I trying to write?
Yeah, if I can't make it out now.
Yeah. So, oh, you know what?
What?
This would be really pretty with a black one behind it.
Same size. I got my.
Just.
I'm
gonna do that.
My piles got mixed up.
Your paws, your piles.
Let's be a light one.
I'm gonna do 3 layers, but make it look like 4, because one's a Posca pen layer. But I was gonna do Posca pen around the outside of this, but then I decided, since this paper is sitting right here, that would look really.
Oh, ladies, these weren't all made here. Let's see.
No, we started making them to try it out, see if we really liked it.
I've only made
Andy started making them first, and yeah, she's like, "Oh my gosh, these are addictive." And
I've only made 11 here.
These are just so fun.
Well, 13. Sorry, 13
today.
Yeah, 13.
Wow.
14, 15.
Wow.
Oh, I made this one today. 17. These were all made earlier. Those aren't those. Those are something else, but those were made earlier. These were all made today.
Wow. Yeah, I don't have that many made, so don't anybody feel bad. I'm always the part that makes everybody feel good about themselves.
But I had most of my stuff was cut up before we started. I was cutting it up before we started, so I didn't have to do that on camera. She didn't have to keep hearing my guillotine going down.
I don't mind.
So.
Yeah, it helps to just sit down and cut a ton of pieces, and then sit down with a ton of pieces.
Yeah.
Put them together.
Yeah,
because then you've got some option of different colors and different textures and things like that.
Oh, and see, I know I like the brown on the top. Mm-hmm. I just do, and I have a lot of ones that are like coastal related with some pink and brown in them, and the blues. I like those. Those are my favorite.
My teal one.
Yeah.
This was a candy one.
I like that one. That was pretty.
Like teal and black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like teal and black. Teal and white and black. Yeah, I like ones. I like this a lot, and stuff like that, and stuff like this with the writing. Stuff like these old Tim Holtz pages. Oh, I just keep dropping stuff on the floor.
Glennis said she only made 9, but yours are decorated, Glennis. Mine are not.
Yeah, yours are totally decorated. They look great.
Mine, I don't.
Awesome. You did a great job.
I could use them to.
You did a great job, Glennis.
Yeah, you did.
Great job.
And yours are complete. Mine are not.
Yeah, candies aren't even complete.
Something I don't complete. Whoa, what a talk for that.
Oh, let's see.
Well, because the decorating part is harder for me. It takes me longer.
Yeah.
Him and haw, and don't like that, or don't like that. So
yeah,
it's nice to have these made up ahead of time. Then I don't have to.
Yeah. Let's see if I can put this on here. Let's see. Yeah, I like
the label straight.
Oh, go ahead.
The hardest part's gluing the label straight.
Oh yeah. I like having a whole pile of them to choose from, because if I only have a few, I'm like, there's not anything that's grabbing me that just really goes, it's not doing it. I need more to choose from. Okay. So this will either be a small one, or I will end up gluing this on top of something else. I'm not sure. Don't know yet. I might. Right now, I like those two together. And if you want to ink the edge, if you want to ink the edge of the one that's on top, do it before you glue it down. Just a tip. Definitely do it before you glue it down.
Then it's decorated with other scraps, including lace and doilies. Yep, that's the way to do it. Yep. Sylvia says I have a small boxes of teal and black, yellow and black, red and black, black and white, all in various pieces. Yeah, that'd be pretty.
Sylvia, yes, I love black and black and white.
And found a stack of doilies and frames.
Yeah, black and white with a pop of all the colors. And I was going to do a series of journals that was black and yellow, black and red, black and fuchsia, black and teal, black and just black with the pops of those other colors. I love it.
With that.
What?
I'd get bored with that.
Well, I thought I would get
the second color. I'd be like done with it.
Yeah, let's not do a whole series because I will probably get bored doing that. I just love those colors that
I do, but
I love seeing the color pop with the black and white. But yeah, I haven't done that. But I like when I make ephemera, I like making one here and there that's like that. Yeah, gluing these on straight is the biggest
pain.
You know what? And they don't have to be exactly straight. And then if they're crooked when you're decorating, just put something on, put a sticker off to one side wherever it is a little bit crooked. Favorite color combination, Sylvia, is black and those colors, black and teal, black and red, black and fuchsia, black and yellow. The yellow, like the lunar paste yellow. I love that one. I'm not normally a yellow person, but that lunar paste yellow is great. Okay.
Margie doesn't know what size a passport is. Never had one.
I need a passport die. That is, yeah.
It's like, what is it? It's like, is it 3x5 or?
I can picture it, but I don't know what that is. Margie or Sylvia, you have a passport die. Is it actual passport size? And if so, tell us what the
I have
are. So I don't have to go dig out my passport and find out.
Have passports. My boys, they even have passports. They had passports when they were 5 and 3.
Well, yeah, because they were going to Turkey.
Yeah, so now they just got to renew it if they want it.
Yeah.
No, me and my husband have renewed ours. Renewed.
Don't let it expire.
You can let it expire and still get. You just have to pay more. Yeah, you just have to pay more. It's not really a renewal, but they'll use it to help. It helps put stuff through.
Okay, because we let ours expire during COVID.
Yeah, no, we got ours. We renewed ours. We didn't let ours expire.
We accidentally let ours expire during COVID.
Because we had to have them for turkey too.
Yeah.
Did not like people. Did not like
Really? Huh. Interesting. I don't know that I'd want to live there, but I am fascinated.
Oh, to visit is great. The first month is awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Well,
for us, it was for my youngest son, he was toe-headed.
Oh,
he developed a crick in his neck because from dodging all the people trying to touch his hair. And then he had a southern accent, and our accent is not quite so southern.
Right.
So they all love to hear him say his name.
Oh no, the little toe-headed boy speaking southern.
Yeah. What's your name, little boy? Tyler boy. That's what they do right there. He quit talking.
Oh, that's hilarious. But it's so cute.
Like
I'm
3.5.
I'm sure they laugh because it's cute.
Yeah, but he didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then my friends, we went over to my friend's house, and her kids were older. They were my older son's age, a little bit older than that. So my older son was 5. Her kids were like 7 and 6. And the boy was 7. And they were back in the back playing, and he comes running out, and he goes, Mom, you got to hear this. You got to hear this. And she's looking at him like, what? He goes, Tyler, come here. And I'm like, oh, no.
Oh,
and, he's like, come on, say your name. Come on, say it.
Poor kid. Did he say it?
Yeah, he said it. He
just, boy.
Shortly after he stopped. He pretty much stopped talking.
Aww.
But it was funny. And then for me, it was, and for my kids, and I made the mistake once we were there. We went to the zoo. No.
Yeah.
No. Not in Turkey.
No?
Cannot go to the zoo. No.
Oh. Why not?
You're an animal lover because the animals looked like they were starving.
Oh no.
And then the horse and buggies on the street.
Uh-huh.
They don't look. Yeah. No.
We never look like they're well treated.
Yeah. No. And then what was it? They had a bear. They had a dancing bear. Yeah. And I was like, I had to leave because I wanted to cry.
Yeah. Oh man.
And here the other thing is, if your husband's not there to help you out with things, they don't do well as a woman to take a car in or.
Yeah, women don't do those things.
No, they don't take you seriously. Then they try to take advantage of you, and it was just not. It was not the best friend. And plus, me and Rodney were not in that happy place in our marriage at the time, anyway. But
sure,
he got to go to the neat countries for the service. They sent him to Germany, to Italy, to Spain.
Oh, geez.
Where else did he go? Greece. He went to Greece. And here I am stuck in Turkey with the kids. And when he's gone, it's hard for me.
Yes.
So, I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
After the first, I enjoyed the people. Don't get me wrong. The people were great as far as even the Turkish people for the most part were great. It's just overall, it was not a great experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
And for 2 years there, it was too long.
Oh.
It was a year and a half too long.
Yeah. A little while is okay. Let's get the experience.
Yeah. And living in a Turkish apartment is just, that's an experience.
Yeah. Are they packed in like sardines?
Well, it depends on where you got, but they're just like our apartment. We had a Turkish bathroom and an American bathroom. Do you know what a Turkish bathroom is? It's just a hole in the floor, pretty much. Yeah.
Sorry, I just went back to chat. I was listening to you, but then I couldn't respond. My brain went, bleh.
Yeah, I was like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. Really?
We kind of covered it up, and that's where we put our washer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Turkish bathroom's not so great.
No.
Yeah. Margie, I know that there's a passport die. I need to get one. I would love to have one. Passports of that size.
What did you say they were 5 by 7? Yeah, I thought they were 5 by something.
5 by 7? No, they're not that big. A passport? Our passports aren't that big.
Oh, no. Well, she says like making a giant journal 5 by 7. Where'd she go?
5 by 7. 7 is large. It might be 4 by 5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 4 by 5.
Might be 4 by 5, but it's not 7 for sure. It's not like rectangle like a 3 by 5, but I'm guessing it's probably about a 4 by 5.
I have an old one somewhere. I kept my old one.
Yeah, I'd have to go just dig them out of the drawer, but I
must have missed where she put the size. Oh, nope, I didn't. She didn't put the size in here.
Smaller. Of course, you could make passports mini. They don't have to be a particular size, right? You can make them any size we want.
Yeah, it's not as big as a journal. It's about that wide, though. Oh, yeah, they are probably about the size of that journal. A little bit smaller. Yeah, I'd say they're like 3 by 4. I'd say they're like a 4 by 3. No, 4x4 maybe. I don't know. They're weird.
4x4.5 or 4x4 or 4.5 by 5. Hang on a minute. What is 5? This is 5. Yeah. My guess is that they're going to be 4.5 by 5. That's my final guess. 4.5 by 5.
Google is a wonderful thing. Let me check.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I said, somebody go measure one and see how far off I am. An official U.S. passport. Didn't want that to be.
Oh, they got that's for the photo. Jesus, I don't want to care about the photo.
Nope, the photo's tiny. 2x2 or something like that.
Is the passport 4x6? Their answer was no.
Nope.
It's U.S. passport is 2x2. That's a photo.
Oh, that's a photo. That's the passport photo. What size is a U.S. passport? Or just size of?
4 15/16 inches by 3 7/16 inches. So it's almost a 5x4. It's almost a 5x4.
5x4. And my guess was 5 by 4.5. Yeah. So anywhere in that general area. You were all yelling, Linda.
Well, a 5x7 mailing envelope in half is what she does.
Oh, okay. Linda, sometimes our blind friends yell so that they can see. Linda's like, shut up. I can hear you already.
She should fold the 5x7 in half. Then it's a little too small.
Yeah. Linda, did you have fireworks, and how did Charlie? Oh, he's deaf mostly, but he can still feel it. I know they can feel the rumble of the fireworks. Did you have any there, and how did he do with them, being his first time with you over that kind of holiday? Lucy got Benadryl. She does not like fireworks.
Ours they weren't too bad. No, I used to have the pit bull I had was like he would go into the laundry room and hide in there.
Yeah, our fireworks actually weren't pretty bad, and it's probably because it was snowing. So that's pretty awesome. For that reason, I was happy for the snow. Okay, and I'll probably ink this one with black. Okay.
Cupcake ignored them. They never bothered her.
Charlie was great during the fireworks. It was Linda that was pissed. Oh, Cupcake ignored it. Wow. That's awesome. Cupcake's amazing. Charlie didn't bother Charlie either. But Linda, on the other hand. Oh, I'm sorry.
I got to ask you something, though. Here, when you were a kid, did you like the fireworks?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So now you're an old crotchety woman and you don't like the fireworks. That's what I'm getting at.
It only bothers you when you're inside and they're all outside making all that noise.
They don't make me mad because I remember being a kid and
how awesome it was. I don't mind if I'm outside watching them, No, the only reason I mind is for the pets. Honestly, that's
Well, you know what?
Poor pets.
You didn't mind when you were little.
Exactly. Didn't have that kind of pets when I was little.
We had pets, but yeah. And you know what? The dogs get used to it. I mean, they don't like them. My dogs don't like them, but they're not. The ones I have now aren't nearly afraid of it. And Duke the pit bull he'd just go in the laundry room. He'd lay there. He kind of hide in the dark.
Wow.
He'll shut the door so it wouldn't be so bad on him. Put his bed in there. He was happy.
Aw.
Come out and check out, and he go, nope, going back.
Nope, they're still going.
Margie didn't like him when she was a kid because she almost lost her leg. Okay, Margie, I understand you not liking them now as an adult, but for Marianne, I know that she liked him as a kid.
I still like them as an
adult.
Now
it's going to be hypocritical and not want the kids nowadays to use the fireworks that she liked to do.
Oh, no. And it's not the kids. It's actually the couple of adults.
Well, the adults get the ones here they go get the big fireworks, and we never had those as a kid.
Yeah, no, we never had that kind of stuff.
They
never had that kind of stuff.
They have a big celebration usually here. You'll see a big family,
right,
or friends and stuff.
Yeah. We don't usually get a lot of that on New Year's. We get it on 4th of July and 24th of July, which are two big
that's the biggest time. We had a little bit on New Year's, but not a whole lot.
But we have actually on 4th of July and 24th of July are really awesome around here because we have about 4 neighbors, maybe 5 sometimes, depending if the other one's going. And they're all the way around us 360. And they just take them at either one of them's in their backyard, but the other's just out in the middle of the road. And they do fantastic shows with them. And, while one's reloading, you just turn around and see the other. And a 360 show around. It's really pretty incredible. I just stand in my driveway. I can just stand in my driveway and watch them, and they're right up above, and they're really cool.
Linda doesn't like them because they put them over her house in the trailer that she's in, and then her husband was a veteran, and it makes him crazy. Yeah, I can understand.
Shoot, yeah, that I totally get.
Yeah,
that's a completely different story.
And you can get earplugs. Okay.
Yeah.
They bother you that bad. Now, the fire over your home, you cannot call the cops.
Let's hope that they don't catch the house on fire.
And I believe they make stuff for dogs too. I researched it for Duke to help.
What do you mean, like stuff? Like medicine?
No, you can buy it's like a box that they can crawl in because it makes them feel safer. Yeah.
Well,
and they make them like, and you can get them where they're made like an end table.
Yeah.
They could be right there in the room with you. Hey, KK.
Hi, KK. Lucy likes to have her coat on. So she's wrapped up in her coat.
They like to be wrapped. Yeah, they like to be wrapped.
And then she likes to be right by us. And New Year's wasn't bad at all because there wasn't very many, but July, she just, even laying there holding her, like laying on the bed watching a movie or something, holding her, she's just shaking. Her whole body just shakes, and she's got her coat on, and she's cuddled up with us. And
was it okay? She's how old too?
2.5. But it's kind of like, you can tell that it's kind of her
big.
No, she's a couple times now. Let's see, we got her in May.
Yeah, but when they're a puppy, they don't. I don't know. They don't seem to react as much as a puppy.
Yeah. The thing it is for, like, when it first starts and she runs to the door because she's very protective of her family. And so when it keeps happening and she can't do anything, it sounds like gunfire and she can't protect her family.
Yeah.
I think it brings
those aren't fireworks.
Yeah. I think it brings, when we get both, I think it brings a fear in her that she's not able to do her job, and that kind of makes, you break down. It's like, I'm worthless. I can't do my job.
Margie says in their trailer park, they aren't supposed to be able to do it, but nobody does anything about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Charlie didn't hear it. Linda says, and the cat and her went to bed.
And buried under the covers.
I just remember as a child, you had these old people that come out there, get the fireman. And now I'm one of those people.
Yeah, really. The only thing we ever had as kids were the little sparklers, but
we had those ones you set off that sound like gun firing.
Yeah. No, our town didn't.
And we had some that shot up, but not a lot.
So we always like it. We would do it at the football stadium. The town would do a huge thing.
They'll be yelling my name.
Candy! Why are you yelling at Candy?
I'm making fun of us crazy old ladies. I'm one of them. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, isn't it funny that when we were kids?
Yeah. Making fun of Sylvia.
We loved fireworks as a kid. I loved them.
Yeah.
Didn't care if the old people came out.
He just
now
ran.
I'm one of them old people.
That's coming out and complaining. Yeah. I know. I'm always just let him be kids.
I'm just saying. I admit I'm one too. I didn't get anything yet.
Kind of funny.
Where did you send it to? Because I don't have it. It just hasn't shown up yet. You said it's a secret squirrel account that I don't seem to have. Sometimes my phone is slow. Give it a minute. It might come through. Yeah, it can be very upsetting. Yeah, and as an adult, we understand more. But I'm just saying. I remember being that kid was like, "Oh, I wish they'd just go in the house and shut up."
Really, doesn't last that long anyway.
Yeah.
No, we never even had that kind. We'd pile in the car and we'd go to the football stadium where the entire town was, and they'd put on a huge show. It was awesome.
We had that too. Small.
Yeah.
We had some at the house too. My granddad would get some.
Then in Phoenix, they would do.
Yeah.
Phoenix, the city would do something that was really cool. Huge shows.
Let me check. Computer, maybe it came through on the computer.
Bring in some singers and entertainment, and then they would do a huge fireworks show. I like those. They're really cool.
Are you sure you sent it to me, Sylvia? Because I don't even have it in Messenger on the computer. You better check your connection.
Yeah. Margie went out and yelled at him. She'd be the one to get arrested.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
Send a photo. Did she accidentally put it in admin?
I checked there too. I don't got anything from her. Yeah,
the veteran, from the veteran perspective, I totally get that, and I'm with it. I would rather do without them than have the vets suffer.
Yeah.
Because that's bad. It's not pleasant.
But again, as a kid, you didn't care.
Right. Well, but as a kid, they also had not been through Vietnam.
I'm just saying, but even then you didn't care.
Right. You saying I didn't care about people when I was a kid?
Yeah. Oh, there it finally came through. Finally.
She's a little slow, Sylvia. Just give her time.
Okay, I'm getting it now. Facebook sometimes it's weird.
Yeah. Facebook can take its own
sweet time.
Ooh, that one would look cool.
That's where she folded the passport.
Oh, she sent a.
Hold on. It must be your passport die.
Cool.
But I can't read that. Is that?
Yeah, it just looks like the paper, or she stamped on the paper.
All right.
To create the paper to use for the passport die.
Is that a ruler?
Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost 6. Is that metric? Those don't look like inches. They look smaller. Oh, because look at the squares on her black mat, and those inches don't look as big as. Oh, pretty. The inches don't look as big as the squares on the black mat.
Yeah, it looks.
I'm gonna Posca this one too.
There's one that shows on them. So yeah, about 4 by 5.
About 4 by 5, 4.5 by 5. In the general neighborhood. That's all you have to be, is in the general neighborhood. Let's see if I can find us a passport die. She said Eileen Hull. I'll look and see if I can get Eileen Hull passport die at a discount. Let's see if that's right here. What? Oh, here we go. What happened to my... There we go. Okay. Like, wait a minute. My logins aren't working. What happened over New Year's? So Y2K again?
Don't even get me started on that crap. All the stuff I had to do for the military, ridiculous.
And then it wasn't a problem anyway. Everything's gonna crash. The world is gonna end. All right, let me look for Eileen Hull. Yeah.
All they did was give you a little update to update the thing. We had to. It was a little for free computers is what they're mainly worried about. But.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. I don't see any hole here. Eileen hole.
She used scraps for the cover.
Nice.
Oh, Linda says she can make copies of her husband's passport if anyone wants printables of it. Oh, that'd be cool.
That's a Sizzix, right? The one by Eileen Hull, is that a Sizzix die? Or is it? Let's see.
The Chronic Twinsies. Who's the Chronic Twinsies? Come on. Sylvia and Chronic, Angela Chronic.
Just call us the Chronic Twinsies. Busted out loud, Sylvia. That was funny. Yeah. Don't make me pee my pants. Wait, what? Oh, the freaking ruler is a kid's ruler. So they make the inches shorter? Sylvia resigns. You can't resign. You signed up for life. Angela loves the fireworks, but can't visually see them or hear them. Not fun. Well, it'd be worse if you couldn't see them, but you could hear them. Oh, Sylvia says she's chronic, like Angela. So they're the Chronic Twinsies. Yes, it is a Sizzix. Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense. So I need to find it from Sizzix, not from Eileen Hull. Let's see here. What?
We got a tornado warning earlier.
What?
I know, a tornado warning. Watch.
A tornado watch?
Sorry, watch.
Oh, yeah, well, still, that's not good.
And now it's very dark here. It's got very dark.
All right.
Tornado watch for Benton.
Okay. Oh, I'm in here. I can look up the price on the Totally Tiffany collection keepers too. While I'm here.
Those are pretty cool. I like those.
Yeah.
But I'm not buying any because I'm trying to cut back.
Yeah. Me too.
That's my New Year's resolution, by the way. To say no sometimes.
She cuts back $5 a month. She's cut back. We will cheer that. We will celebrate that.
Not much.
You didn't say how much. We'll celebrate that. That is funny. So here comes that Posca pen again. So handy, I'm telling you. Really like it.
scrap gone.
I don't know why I didn't hear about these Posca pens years ago.
I'm not cutting that one up. Cool ones.
And then what I'll do, if I want to border around the outside of the black one, I'll take a piece of paper underneath it. But then I'll take, where to put my rulers? Let's see. I will take a little ruler and I will go to the edge. And use the ruler to get a perfect little line for my little frame around the outside. Just gotta be careful not to smear it before it dries. Okay. Give those a chance to dry. Is that a storm?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's moving in quick. It got dark here.
Wow.
It's like almost nighttime. And it's only
I love a good thunderstorm. It's like there's nothing and then all of a sudden, whoa.
No, it's been.
That's crazy. Has it been going and I just didn't hear it?
No, it just started a little bit ago.
Wow.
I mean, I heard the thunder kind of off, but now it's like it's here.
Yeah. It's here all right. Oh, I didn't let that dry. I smeared it.
Let's see what. Oh, she videoed the tornadoes as it went over. Angela, as it went over them, she videoed it.
Oh,
no.
wow.
Grab your Timmy and put it in the bathtub for safety. Only problem is my bathtub is on the outside wall, so it would not be good.
So not safe.
No.
It'll be the first to be exposed.
Yeah. And we don't have a bath. We don't have a basement. We don't have a storm shelter.
We have a basement and my bathtub is inside.
And really the only inner wall we have is where the cat litter's at. I'm not getting in there, ladies. Sorry.
So just hold hands and go together.
Well, we just go to like
go watch TV so you don't hear it coming.
No, we don't do that, but I do. We try to. The living room is probably the biggest room, but it has the fireplace, and that fireplace wall.
Oh yeah.
So we try to go near that or close to that, and there's a hallway that we kind of can go into. If it ever came here,
if it really is coming. Yeah. If it's like, oh, there's the tornado.
Yeah.
Is it near the fridge?
No. It's not. The only thing heavy it's near is the fireplace. But those fireplace walls are usually what you see standing on a lot of the houses.
Exactly. Fireplace and the chimneys standing.
A lot of times. Now, sometimes it comes down, but I'm just saying. But if that's coming down, then your whole house is coming down. So
yes, exactly. Okay, there we go. There's a teal and black one. All right, Sizzix. Let's see here. I hate when things don't come up by search. Die.
Angela says she's been a Timmy fan before she even knew who he was.
Who Timmy was, yeah.
I have other signs. What was that saying they used to say? If one's coming, put your head between your legs. Bye.
Sit down, put your head between your knees.
Yeah.
Like you're going to pass out.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of those, I've got some squares. Let me do some of, where did I set them? They're right there. Grab some of these.
Wow.
Cut that many.
Sylvia said a lady that had a craft store in Seattle used to have him in her store and he would teach class.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, yep, 10 grand fee and he can come do any gathering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't even know that he lived in Prescott when I lived in New River. He was like, right up the street from me. We would have just gone to his door and said, hey, Timmy.
Timmy.
Happy Paper people are right here on video and they'd like to say hi to you. Timmy, buddy. Okay. Get a few of these going.
He came to Green Bay before he was famous too. A friend of mine met him then.
Before Timmy was Timmy. Yeah, back before Timmy was Timmy.
Angela wants to meet him.
Who does?
Angela wants to meet him.
Angela wants to meet him. Angela lives in Prescott. I don't know. Maybe we'll swing something somewhere. You know me. We'll get an idea and I'll get something going and we'll figure out a way.
Doesn't he do one of those big craft things?
Expo or something? Yeah, the expo that's held in Mesa. There's usually one in the spring and one in the fall.
They do them in different places too. I've seen one.
Yeah, they do, but that one, because she's in Arizona, it's right there. But they do them around the stamp. Let's see, Stampers Expo or stamp. I forget what it's called.
Goodness would know. I know that Gail Augustinelli went to one not long after I started watching her.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it was called.
Well, did she go to that's the big expo.
That's what I said, big expo. He goes to
no,
that.
Not that, but it's a different kind of what's it called? Yeah, he goes to that. It's held once a year. It was in Orlando last year or the year before. I don't remember where it is in this year. You have to be affiliated, a member of this organization or a retailer affiliated or something in order to get in. Yeah, the one I was talking about was like Stampers Expo, where anybody can go buy a ticket and go in, which is kind of awesome. All the companies go there and show their new stuff and I forget. Oh man, why is that left me what that one's called? When it gets close enough.
Oh, she registered once and missed him one year.
Aw. When that one gets close enough that we can go. We got to go, Candy. When that one, gosh, why can't I think what it's called? When that one gets, wait a minute.
Sylvia says you will get Stampede before you get Timmy.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge to me. Don't say that, Sylvia, because you know how I love a challenge. And that's not good.
And this is, of course, that it's a lot easier for a man to BS his way through as talented. A woman would never even try.
Yeah.
And so he says, I'm always suspicious of a man that uses more hair product than me.
I know. I'm with you, Sylvia. I am absolutely with you.
Creativation. That was the one I was thinking
Creativation.
of.
That's the one.
That was it.
Yeah.
They moved it to Orlando in 2021. Yeah.
Yeah.
Angela says, how about Seth Apter? His stuff is way too expensive too.
So let's see here. Creativation 2023 is in Columbus. Wait a minute. It's not right. Is that right? I don't know that that's right. Yeah, that's by NAMTA, the big trade show. If that gets close enough that we can go to it, we got to go.
Yeah, no.
You want to go with me?
No.
That would be fun.
The thought of that on my feet? No, sorry, no. Concrete floors? No. Sam's is a nightmare.
Stay on our feet all the time.
Don't matter. Those concrete floors, whatever it is, I don't know. They're.
So who wants to go with me to the trade show in Vegas? In when is it? The end of February, beginning of March.
So not only will my feet be hurting, but my nose will be.
Well, yeah, you don't have to stand your feet the whole time. Let's see here. The annual conference and trade show. So they do like 2 days of education, and then they do 3 days of trade show. Glennis will go with me.
Yeah,
Glennis, it's like the Vegas Convention Center, which is huge, all day, every day, up and down all the aisles. Of course, she'll bring a wheelchair. I'll be sitting on her lap for sure.
Julie goes, how are you guys able to cut and put together, let alone embellish your labels? I'm still punching the corners because we didn't punch all of our corners at one time, Julie.
No, I'm just cutting shapes.
I can always cut the corners on the labels I use, so I didn't cut them all prior.
Where did that? I just dropped a piece of paper that I want.
We just cut the squares, the rectangles ahead of time.
Yeah. I stopped to make some, Julie, but this is not typically how I do it. I was doing it just to show you, but I will just sit and cut these little rectangles like this.
Yeah.
Until I've cut up a ton of scraps that I want to. And what I'll typically do is, oh, hi, honey. Oh, holy cow, I didn't even see what time it was. Cut up the rectangles. If there's something left, cut up the little squares. If there's something left, start one of these, that gets the little collage thing started. And
I put those in a different pile and then we'll do them later.
And do them later, but I'll cut all of these and I'll cut all the squares at the same time and just put them in different piles. And then I go back and put them together, cut the corners, do all of that. So I don't cut the corners as I go. Some of these I already had done ahead of time. That's why the corners are cut, because I did a couple piles. That's why I had.
I don't cut my corners until I'm putting it together.
These were done. I don't either. So that's why I had a whole bunch.
Because some I leave straight, some I tear, some I.
And then the little squares. Okay. Oh, I know what I was going to look for. Hang on one moment. Okay. Totally Tiffany. Totally Tiffany. It's totally Tiffany. And then we want the
Kelly's Domestic Wild, right? Am I saying that?
Yep, you're right.
She keeps trying to get her company to send her to Creativation for a couple of years now. When I finally got the chance, COVID hit. No shawl.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry. That sucks.
Oh.
Some of my projects might make it this year. We'll see. Well, I hope so.
Let's see. The Totally Tiffany Collection Keeper. There's 3 in a pack. The retail is $7. So let's see.
No, we don't want wheelchairs still, but we want scooters like Angela. I like
Scooters like Angie. Yeah,
and then I want my super.
Your horn and your flag.
No. I want my son to soup it up.
Oh, your turbo.
It's really a turbo.
To really make it turbo.
I can outrun Angie. I'll be showing off.
Hilarious. Oh, goodness.
Mine don't have a nitro pack on it, ladies.
Yeah, no kidding. 55, 80. Okay.
Nobody to push you, and it's the motor.
That's the only kind that I want.
And they must have baskets to carry all the goodies. You're right, Kelly.
Yes. Okay, so I just looked this up. The retail on the Totally Tiffany Collection Keeper, let me go here, is $7. And it says there's 3 in the pack. Well, there's 3 tabs, 1, 2, 3, because it does have, because you can put it in a binder if you want. Oh, this is one of the old ones. Does not have the tab. Wait a minute. Is that not the, yeah, that's one of the old ones. It doesn't have a tab out there. But so there is a tab. So if you could label them if you wanted to. Oh, this one doesn't go in a binder. So that is one of the old ones that goes in a binder. This one is intended to fit. See, there's no binder holes over here. Yep.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one.
This one is intended to go into one of these paper, like a magazine rack. They're paper holders. They're 12 by 12 paper holders. So you fill those up and put them in the paper holders. Let me just make sure. Yeah, the other one that I've had for a very long time. So this would be a new one. Yeah. Okay. So there's 3 pockets there. There's the one big pocket on the other side. And maybe this is the old one. Doesn't split down the middle. Doesn't have, hang on a minute here. Let me take a quick look. What?
Sylvia says,
that is.
I have a scrap rack that gave birth to Ziploc bags of her babies.
That's hilarious.
Julie said she used to go to the craft show there, and then COVID hit. Now I don't want to be crammed in there with a crowded place. Yeah, nowadays, no, I don't want to go.
Yeah. Okay, so the one I showed you that I have is the original style that went in a binder. But when it gets full of paper, it's too heavy to have in a binder. So the redesign is this one that can fit into a paper holder. So they call it the paper manager system. So the paper handler is the box. That's like the magazine rack, but it's 12 by 12, holds 12 by 12. And then there's paper pockets, but then this is the collection keeper. The collection keeper is the one that I like. You can put it into magazine racks. You don't have to. You can just slide it right into your, and these are better. These, the way it closes are better than the original as well. Because this tab, I have to knock that thing out, but then this tab just fits in here. I still just would probably washi them, but that tab is a whole lot better than the original. So it doesn't have the split down the middle for the 12 by 12, which wasn't really necessary because you've got this side, which will hold the 12 by 12 pieces if you want, or the 12-inch long pieces. So you've got the full size 12 by 12, the half sheet, the 6 by 6. It'll hold 6 by 6, so it's bigger than that, and then the small one. So you get 3 of those in a pack. The retail is $7, so we could get them for $5.80 if anybody wants them. If anybody wants them, just put it in chat. I will make a list and I'll do a pre-order of those. However many you'd need to specify how many you want. And if you say 3, I'm going to order you 3 packs because they come in a pack of 3. So if you say 1, you're getting 1 pack of 3. So if you want some, it's not a sale, so this is not really,
but the extension for her scrap rack. Wow, that takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, but there's takes up a lot of space, but it also brings a lot of stuff that's been all over the place.
Oh, I know, but
organized into that. So yeah. It's full of scraps. So, oh, your extension is connected and it is full as well, Sylvia. Wow. I'll have to see a picture of that one, Sylvia. I think I like this side better on that. That looks kind of cool. I really like the writing on this one. I just don't want to cover it all up. Maybe down.
My problem is my paper manager and my paper handler are outdone by my paper purchaser.
Okay, so what?
Just buys job ticket holders on Amazon for scraps and sets them up in a box. I'll look at that.
Yes, I use job ticket holders a lot as well. In fact,
I've never seen those.
This is a job ticket holder like they use in the shops.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I was trying a system of storing stencils in these. Different stencils or different kind of stencils in each one, like, or different brand or something. That kind of sort of works, but it may work. I don't know. I've got so many stencils, and these you can hang on a hook or a nail, or I have these all just standing up, and I've got about 30 of them. I have them standing up in magazine racks. So yeah, these are great too. So you could take these, just stick your scraps down in them. Any length will go into there. They work well. They work well as well. That's a whole nother. See, if you talk about the pouch or the baggie type thing, there's, the baggie may not work for you because it flops over, but the pouch may work, or this may work, and they're all the same type of system, but it's just a different vehicle, a different container that might work better for you. So yeah, these are pretty awesome too, these job ticket holders. I had Doug put like a 4 or 5 inch screw into a little block of wood and then mount it on the wall. And I would put a prototype and instructions and things for things that I was figuring out that we were going to make into each one of these. And so each one of these was a project that we could do. And then I just hang them up on that little screw up there. I have some that have this grommet in the middle, so it was a little easier.
For project
like that, yeah. So I was using them as project preparation packets, and then I could see what the project was, so I could just flip through and decide which one we were going to do.
Almost 4 o'clock. My time.
I know Doug just came in and looked at his watch and was like, "What?" I didn't even notice. Yeah. See, these things are fun to make. You start making them, and you.
Yeah, Sylvia says yes, it's organized, but the overflow again. Production is on time constraints. Dear hubby keeps insisting on food and clean clothes. Well, you know what you can tell him, Sylvia. Whatever. Julie said your idea of using the inside thing without the binder thingy is a great idea. Glenna says, how many silly squares do we need? Well, you're going to make a cover with them, so think about how big you want your cover to be.
Yeah, well, and you can make multiple.
You can make multiple.
I'm just keeping cutting, because actually there are multiple things that we can do with those squares. Yeah. So once you've cut it so that there is no longer enough.
You want a variety of colors. And
yes. Once you've cut it so you can no longer do one of these, just go ahead and cut squares. And then, whatever's left with that, then.
Oh, she sent a photo. Did I miss this in here? Hold
on. What is, use the dang scraps, Sylvia, use them. Yes, Sylvia, we need to use the scraps. That's why you don't need to sort them and organize them for storage, because you'll never use them. Just organize them for being able to grab and use. So my squares that I started the squares when I was cutting these are all over here. So I'm just storing squares over here. So I'll cut down till I can't cut any more of this size anymore. And with whatever's left, I'll see if I can cut a few squares. If I can, then they go in that pile. If there's anything left, it's funny how a lot of them have just ended up perfectly on, right at the end with that square. And you can make squares of different sizes, just keep all of one size together. And those are great to store in a baggie or in these little pouches. Those squares are perfect. Then you can pull out the square to make the project. So if you have 2-inch squares or 1.5-inch squares or 1-inch squares,
you're always yelling.
Store them. Oh, Margie probably already got the bot.
Yeah, she did.
Thanks.
So he says, I use his money to answer my addiction. How much money do you think I'm spending? Well, his own laundry. He does my laundry
rolling her eyes. What's mine is yours, and what's mine.
Yes, beautiful girls are here.
Yeah. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine, right? Isn't that how it goes?
Years ago, and he does it now better than I do because he cares.
Oh goodness!
Like, oh, it ruined the shirt. I don't care.
Just toss it. It's now a craft shirt.
Get me a new shirt.
Really? So when I cut these little guys off, they're getting thrown away. I'll keep this one because I can put it down at the other end, which makes them coordinate. But any little bitty end that's cut off goes to the trash. And I have used every bit of those scraps. But don't come down here and put one here. Work from one out. Because if you put one down here, then you have to fill in. You might not have one that's the exact right width. So don't that kind of stress.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for this idea to make these boxes.
And Linda, those envelopes she showed me, they're awesome. I think we need to make those.
They are. That should be our next thing. Look, I put my squares in here and it folds right up. Now I don't have my label in here yet, but whatever.
Look at that, guys. Linda made that. That's an envelope that folds up.
Well, this is the one I made. Linda's were much prettier. Okay. Hold on.
It's like a bag that folds up into an envelope.
The one she put the label on it.
Oh, okay.
Velcroed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's got this.
Linda needs to come on with us to make those.
Awesome. They're awesome.
Linda needs to come on.
I just made this one out of paper
and that would be a perfect thing to store these in. And even to store like these that are pre-cut. And then maybe you've got a bunch of these that are pre-cut, ready to go, and you haven't had time to put them together. Then when you put them together, you can have one of those envelopes, like you open them up and set them here. And so they're like little bags that catch it all. And then you just fold it all up into the envelope. Those would be perfect to store those in. So Linda's going to have to come on with us so we can make those. That would be awesome. Yeah, they are
very easy to make.
Cool, Linda. Glad Linda would love to. That's awesome.
They are awesome.
We will do that very soon. Very soon. Maybe even next Monday. I got to look and see if I have something down for next Monday. All right, guys, we got to go. It is actually like 3:00. This was a lot of fun. We should have planned this one for like 5 hours maybe, because these things are addictive. You start making them and they're just fun. Just fun to make. So you gotta run, no storing, rack. No storing, all using. Happy New Year, everybody. Don't forget 2023 in HPP, you're using scraps. And as you saw Glynis embellish some of these with little fabric and lace and stuff. Yeah, use your bits and pieces of fabric, lace, and ribbon to embellish these so you can use those scraps too. When it gets small enough, toss it. Okay, guys, love y'all, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thanks, Sandy, for being here with me.
All right.
Bye.